Okay, this is my first top 5 video for headphones. This is going across many price ranges, most of the stuff that I bought, especially the expensive stuff. Number 1, we'll get to this very quickly, SUSVARA by HiFiman. Why I like it, it's sound, it's fantastic. The bass is accurate, it's not lacking, it's not audibly rolled, it's not emphasized, it just sounds accurate. The mids are excellent, the treble's good, all upper harmonic frequencies have completion. It's a brilliant set without any obvious sonic flaws. What I don't like about this set, the cable is garbage. It comes with sets that are much more affordable. The package that it comes in is garbage. It's insulting and almost ridiculous, but this is about sound replay, and in that way the SUSVARA is it's the apex predator of headphones in my opinion. Next one would be the HiFiman HE6se. Can be had for $700, or maybe that's not going to happen anymore. This has an open back modification, also has different pads on it, also has different yokes, so it's modified. Essentially the only original part is the drivers. Just to give you a little look at, this is a graph done by the person that turned me on to this Android. This is the SUSVARA versus the HE6se. Remember, like a sound demo, you can't tell really because you're listening to your speakers of the sound demo, but you can get the difference between A and B. Like A has more something or B doesn't have something. You're not actually hearing those items. Like this graph is not the graph might be used by somebody else, but it was done by the same person using the same rig, and in that the bass is identical and the mids are extremely close, and the gain on the HE6e is more. And the treble is a little bit more on the SUSVARA in the later treble past 10K. So this is very much by its graph on the branch. HiFiman's done a few different things. They've got their own little tree thing. This is very close. That's a real graph done by a real person that knows how to do graphs, and my ears tell me the same thing, that this is more polished. This with a little, I didn't think this was shouty at all. I thought this was less energy than the ARE to my ears, what I'm listening for, and so I soothed and enjoyed this, and that's real. Does that tell you the sound quality? No, but in their measuring by the same person, they come out very close. What I don't like is you got to do some stuff to get it to this point. You got to do the open back. You don't have to change the headband. You don't have to change the pads, though I would advise it because the stock pads are garbage in my book. But very good set, and I love it. And HiFiman, they do great stuff, and they're horribly insulting at the same time. Let me go ahead and drop that. Next on my list would be the Modhouse Audio T50RP Mark II. Some people said that's the 3 with the orange cable. No, this was actually asked by the person that had it made could I get it with the orange cable and the headband. So basically this is a Mark III on the outside, but it is a Mark II T50RP Modhouse. If you got the Mark III, it's probably going to be pretty close. It's got the, I think it's the Alpha Dog pads on it. It's the most comfy set. Why I like this set, it's warm, but it doesn't take away from the micro details that I'm expecting to get from headphones. It's a very relaxing listen. It's very comfortable on the head. It's just perfect. It's great for cutting the balance between me getting my OCD micro details and not being fatigued with a little extra warmth because of the elevated bass. I fucking love this set. If you can get it, it's worth the wait. If you have another set of headphones, it wouldn't matter because you wouldn't. Just wait. Get it, wait. It's like the Lokahi. Just wait. Why would you just impulsively buy something more? Right? Actually, number 3 before the Modhouse would be the Clear by Focal, but I don't have that with me anymore because my Patreon's got it, and before I realized how much I liked that more than the Utopia, I had already committed to giving that to Patreon. So number 1, number 2, Focal, number 3, Modhouse Argon T50RP Mark II, 3, number 4, and then the 5th one I would say would be the GL1200, which I'll do a video for. I don't know if you can see the driver in there, but this is designed for tweeter, and when I first listened to it I thought, and then I sat down and I did what I do, and then everything kind of came to life. Miku Hatsune, I think is her name, Vocaloid, is not aggressive. The bass hit is great. The accuracy of the bass on Black Sabbath is really good. This is very interesting, this set. I think I'm going to move off of the GLs and Patreons, but I'm going to keep this one because I dig this a lot. This is unique to other things in my collection, and I dig it. So this is a planar, a planar, a planar, and this is a ribbon driver, and I don't have any dynamics on my list. Now, let's get to a couple things. Before I continue to what driver things I don't like, driver count, stop. Stop with your driver count stuff, please. There's some people that said, oh, the Oracle shouldn't be better than the Clairvoyance because it has less drivers. The Sony IR-Z1R has 3 drivers, I'd like to remind you. Oh, that's the Sony. Hey, Sony drops the ball all the time, just like every other company does. The Tia Trio has 3 drivers. The Forte, which I like, unlike some other people, has 4 drivers. There's a lot of sets that have less drivers and sound better. The U12T has 12. The U18 has 6 extras, plus it's $1,000, and I could not pick out a single thing that was better. Micro detail, OCD, Asperger's, 50 times listening, at least, man. I mean, seriously, more. Trying to find that, now that's where it's for. That's what the money's for. No, 0. The U12T is a better set. Forget the price. That's the way that goes. So forget about driver count having any relation. It's like price. Does price equal sound quality? No, it can. It can be associated, but it's not a direct indication. Driver count is not a direct indication of which one's going to be better. So let go of the driver count equals anything, please. Forget about that. Now that I said 5 sets that I do like, let me tell you 3, 4 I don't like. The Focal Utopia immediately jumped out to me listening to Fleetwood Mac Dreams, and here you go again, you say you want your freedom. Boom. I focused on that. I listened to that. I listened to other sets. I listened to the Clear. I listened to that. That's odd. Same, driving it at 77, measured before I listened, out of the same device, same exact file, was being played differently. And then again and again and again, the Utopia was, I don't like the Utopia, and I don't care if it was much more affordable. I wouldn't like it unless I was going to get it and then resell it for a profit. But as a enjoyable listening device, the Utopia is not my thing, which is fascinating because everybody knows I like beryllium. People say, oh, bad guy, he loves beryllium, because I do. So I was expecting stuff, and I paid the money, and it looked beautiful, but I didn't like it. And I said that in the video, and I also said that I think I liked the Clear better, and I knew I'd already committed to that, to the Patreon. So I'm glad he got it, but I regretted that. Not because the Patreons don't deserve it, but because I knew I got to get that again someday. The Meze Empyrean, some people got really pissed off about this. Put the butt cream on more. I said very specifically that sofa listening casually, like I did when I first listened to it, it's epic. It's comfortable. It's squishy. It's like the Modhouse audio. It just is a great music playback device. When it is put under the microscope of OCD moments, a song, instrument, and a timestamp within that, and then follow the program, the Meze fell apart consistently. The Triangle Strike at 39 seconds in America's Tin Man, was it there or was I imagining it was there? It was like that hard to catch. There's a haze that goes over it. It's a relaxing, great replay. If you like it, I'm happy for you. This is all about the music. And I liked it at that point when I started to say, you know, what's wrong with this thing? It was easy to pick out, and it happened repeatedly. So I don't like that set because of what I do. If I was just a music lover and didn't listen to headphones and earphones, it might have turned out differently. The Utopia doesn't matter. Doesn't matter the price. It doesn't matter anything. There was never a moment where I thought, these are awesome. Wait, what is that? Never happened. The Meze, actually it did. The Stellia, biggest piece of garbage, over $2,000 that I bought to this point. The bass is just ridiculously poor. The mids are not great because of that bass. Stage imaging, everything about that set is not great. I can't believe that people like that set. But I don't like the Zeus either. So dynamic drivers, they got a tough task doing what they do. And the Stellia, holy crap, no. So Utopia, no way. Meze, depends on, you know, what you're doing. Stellia, absolutely not. Wouldn't recommend it. The HiFiman HE6se SE and the HiFiman HE6se V2. No. Got both of them. If you want to listen for more than 35, 45 minutes, that's a set that's not maybe ideal for you without EQ. All of these views are no EQ. I don't use EQ. I'm going to have to make an exception when I do the Odyssey reviews, but that's because that's the way that the everybody in that family that likes that knows that you do that. So I'm going to have to play around with that. So Utopia, no. Meze, no. Stelia, hell no. HE1000SE and HE1000V2 sounds great at the beginning and then becomes fatiguing, which is what the SUSVARA doesn't do. This doesn't do that. Okay? And the HE6se doesn't do that either. These both don't have that same, after about 30 minutes you start to feel like I'm about to take these off. Not a bad thing, but it's, your brain becomes fatigued because of certain elevations at certain points, or it's hard to explain why. So these are the 5 that I like. The Focal Clear is not in here. Those are some that I don't like, so you can start to see a pattern that's beneficial to you, because if you think everything he likes I don't like and everything he doesn't like I do like, then there's a problem. But I'm being specific because I always use this music to evaluate. And in the Focal Utopia, I think I was pretty specific why I didn't like it. Stelia had so many cuss words, I have to redo the video because I was so pissed off about that. And also, don't forget about driver count. It's about as accurate as price. Like if a company asks for $6,000 for an earphone, does that mean it's twice as good, or I'm sorry, 4 times as good as the MEST? No, it's probably not even as good. I couldn't tell you actually because nobody's put out a frequency graph 5 months after it was released. It looks like ghetto kids plastic, and I just want somebody to put a graph up on it. You kind of got an obligation as a reviewer, if you've got the tools available and you've used them previously, to go ahead and put it up. Doesn't matter if there's a dip, a spike, a roll off. Let other people determine that. It's I have $6,000 that I could spend on earphones. I refuse to do so without a graph to give me a slight indication of what's coming my way. I can't go with that. There's absolutely no way. Love it. Love it. This is my weak spot. It's like cake, fat kid and cake. And this is a surprise because I didn't like it when I first listened to it. But once I got my mind around it, or started listening to stuff that usually struggles, is where this cruises. Like Hatsune Miku's voice sounds excellent. The harmonic on when the levee breaks, all the stuff that gives the good sets up, puts it right to the edge. This is where this excels. It's fascinating, actually. So that's it. That's my top 5. That's a few I don't like. The Belon Prometheus, I almost called it the Phantom. Prometheus is coming in a few days with a full retail package, and a review for that will be coming up. So I'm out. Coming from Queens. Coming.